Bam, and we live.
I'm gonna figure it out.
Oh, dear.
No, I thought something.
I'm trying to pull
I'm trying to post for people that aren't watching.
Oh, yeah, shit on it.
Yeah. What did I say? You can now.
That's just always like that. One did that last week. We got a viewer.
Hey.
Hello, Miss Walter. I ain't got my glasses on.
Pull up the thing.
You know I got it, yeah.
All right, boom. Let's see. Man, we live.
Look at you. Oh, yeah, that's better. So I can see what the hell.
Yeah.
Can you see?
All right, we can see. We got y'all pulled up on the laptop, too.
Okay, yep.
Hey, Kenyatta. Hey, Coco. Good evening. How y'all doing?
Okay. Now I'm trying to laugh.
Got it.
No.
Go to your name. Type your name in.
No, I'm gonna say I should be able to. I always want to get it from the page. It should be at the top. We just started.
Yeah, I had them try to do that just now. It wouldn't let me. How y'all doing?
Nikki, baby.
Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Today is Saturday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's the last one.
Yes. I always forget.
But I do at least.
So yeah, we got a PolyTalk tonight. We are with our special guest, two-timer, Yazz. You feel me?
I can't do it. She didn't choose that.
She came to spend the weekend with us, so we've been kicking it, rocking out. It's been extra dope having her here. You know, she is definitely one of my new favorite people. Yeah. So, yeah, I know you did this on the last live, but you know, we always got new members and whatnot. So I just want to make sure we do it again. Like a slight introduction, who you are, your background on poly, how long you've been in this game. Booyah, like how you get into this, what's going on?
Okay, well, I'm Yazz. I've been involved with the poly lifestyle, I would say all my life. But knowingly, when I found out what poly was and I've educated myself, I would say maybe the last 15 years. Currently single. I am not involved in any type of poly commitments or any single person commitment. And yeah. Right?
Nice.
That was all my question.
Yeah. Okay, and what is your like preferred dynamic of like dating? Like how do you date? What is your dating style?
Okay, so over the years, I wanted a close triad. But after maturing and realizing that I offer many things and many different people offer other things, what I am now would be open to whatever naturally comes. So I don't want to be closed off anymore, because that way I know I've already nixed a lot of people. Like, you don't want what I want. I'm not even gonna waste my time getting to know you. So it's more so of me now going with the flow. And what's meant for me will be.
Nice. And that's whether that that's whether that dynamic be open or closed.
Correct. Correct. Within reason to open.
What do you mean by that?
I wouldn't have 5 partners that are open to unlimited partners.
Okay.
So there has to be some type of saturation.
Okay.
And that'll be discussed.
Okay, yeah. So and basically you have a limit. Like
correct.
At past this, I'm probably
me personally,
saturated.
I'm probably saturated at 2.
Okay, that's fair. We got some comments here. What you drinking, Miss Tracia?
Okay, wait. So I kind of got ready for this because I haven't had my drink in a while. So rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice, lay back.
Your money on my mind.
Yeah, this gin is go.
So that gin and juice.
Yeah. Selena says hello. Hello, Selena. Kenyatta says, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So, baby, I always introduce us. I'm going to give you the whole little floor. You know what I'm saying?
What do you want me to say about it?
No, I just do a regular old introduction. Like you said, we know we always got new people watching, so I just want to just do it quick. Get out of the way. Not me, you.
So I'm Tracia King. I'm the admin and the top admin's wife because she really, deserves a plaque. Her name is Lyrical Shook. This is her. We are poly through the blood. Like we bleed this and it's awesome. I don't know. We've been poly for about 5 years now. Our entire relationship.
That's us. So you got
We
me.
want an openly closed triad. Check the definitions for openly closed. Yeah, that's kind of us. She works. I'm a housewife. I'm not the one for this. This is what I don't speak. Even though I wasn't ready, she didn't put me on the spot.
You did a great job, baby. You did a great job. You did a great
lying.
job. I think in a nutshell, you gave the bullet points. Here it is.
This was
Bada
a
boom.
bullet point presentation.
So yeah, that's us. We the admins of the page. I'm Lyrical Shook on the page. My name is King. That is Tracia King on the page. Her name is Tracia. So yeah, we're gonna jump straight into it, guys. We are talking about basically topics and questions that the new poly folks, the newcomers, people who are newer to the lifestyle were asking. I jotted a bunch of questions down from the page and literally wrote them down, and that's what we're gonna be talking about. So literally everything we're talking about is what y'all asked. So hopefully this is informative, you know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to not be afraid to drop some comments down, ask questions, throw your opinions in there. Don't be afraid to give us some conversation. So yeah, we finna kick it off. You was smiling, ain't you?
Well, no, I was trying to figure out why I couldn't like it. Like I can only like it. I can't heart it.
Facebook being weird.
Yeah.
Facebook being weird. We know that.
It's not my personality. Just like it. I love hair. That's it.
Okay. So I think first one we're gonna go in a circle, answer this first question, and it says, how do you know it's a triangle?
It's only
It's like
three.
three of us.
Okay, it's an oval.
Ooh.
An oval.
It's an oval. It's an oval. You see this motion?
Ooh.
This indicates oval.
Gotcha.
It's an open-ended oval.
Why is it a triangle?
Maybe it's a U.
Who is this person here? Where's the triangle? All right.
That's the
But-
team, like the people.
Okay. Okay.
Moving right along.
Yes. First question is, how do you know that you're poly? Like, how do you know? Like, do you just wake up one day and be like, mine ain't kicking it no more. I'm poly. How do you know you are poly?
For me, I wouldn't say I knew I was poly because I didn't know what poly was back then. But I knew that I was never complacent with one partner. I'm always open to, for one, it's hard for me to make connections, genuine connections. It's very hard. I can meet anybody, engage anybody, have a decent conversation. That does not mean I'm into you or I like you enough. So when I find that connection that intrigues me on a different level, I want to capitalize on it. I want to be able to go as far as I possibly can without the restrictions of monogamy. So for a while, I would never commit. I was single all throughout high school, college, to prevent having that commitment of only being able to date one person. And then when I found out what poly was, I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm that. You know what I mean? So that's how I found out that I was poly, because of the decisions I've made through my growth and development as a young adult in dating.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Trey.
How
You know that
How do you know
you're
that
poly?
you're poly? Yo.
Because had I stayed in monogamous relationships, as my title states, I would just be a professional cheater for the rest of my life, and that's not okay. So, beautiful representation has brought me to the poly world because I definitely wanted to be a polygamist first, and knew that. But from that to now polyamory, it was never a case of, oh, maybe I'll go back to being monogamous. No. This is the world. We just have to tweak it a little bit. So I knew that once I started learning about poly, there was no going back whatsoever.
I think my answer is along the lines of the both of y'all's. I think specifically to me, and even in a general sense, I think one knows that they're poly based off of three things, right? Experience, mindset, and research, right? And when you power those three things together and you are fully knowledgeable in this lifestyle, then I think you know that it's something that is identifiable to you. So that's how I started. I started with an experience. I got into poly by getting into an accidental triad. And didn't not knowing what poly was at that point, you know what I'm saying? Figuring out like, oh, this is some sort of poly. You in a poly, I'm in a poly. What's going on? Yeah,
a poly.
For real, that's exactly what it was.
A poly.
Yeah, for newcomers, you are not looking for a poly. You know, you are not looking like,
to be in a poly.
Yeah, that's like poly got a cracker. Like that's not the same thing. So once I got the experience and the triad experience, I was like, okay, my mindset is more comfortable here than it has ever been in monogamy. I feel like not only my mindset was comfortable, my emotions, everything about me was more lax. I felt like this style of dating was more true to me. Mm-hmm. And I felt like monogamy had always been forced upon me. I just didn't know no different. Yeah. That led to my research. And I think, you know, the combination of those three things, I was able to definitely say, like, I know I'm polyamorous and I'm not monogamous. I never have been monogamous, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, we got some comments.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure how far you go up, but Nate Johnson said you can't put Virgos on the spot. Yeah, like we like to plan. Miss Nikki Babies is a kept woman. Selena says, I missed the introduction of the other young lady. Brianna Hopkins says, it's something about monogamy that feels like ownership.
I can agree with that. Mm-hmm. It feels, I think, ownership feels so strong of a word, but I was just gonna say like a synonym. I was gonna say possessive. Mm-hmm. It feels like so possessive. It feels like for me, it's like suffocating, like claustrophobia. I can't breathe. And what's crazy is I had said this on a post just a little while ago. Is like a person like me, I make a great monogamous partner, and I can be a great monogamous partner. I can be all of that and then some until somebody walk by. And it's not yeah, you know I'm saying, till somebody walk by and catch my attention. And it's not that my attention is not here no more. It's that, am I okay? Like going over there, like allow me to get there. And in monogamy, that's not okay, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then that's when I'm no longer this great monogamous partner.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy about that? I feel like had we gotten into a relationship, and let's say poly, like we didn't have a conversation as we was friends. Mm-hmm. We would have gotten into a monogamous relationship and been monogamous, but still live this life.
Yeah, I think that's more like an open relationship. I think that like we would have probably identified more with a close to an open relationship because I knew what that was long before I opened. Like I ever associated with poly. Mm-hmm. I thought that was just a general umbrella for anything that two people in a relationship are
more
doing.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So definitely. Catch us up with the comments. Oh wait, hold on. Somebody said they missed the introductions. My name is Lyrical Show on the page. I'm admin. No, I was gonna go through it right quick, just like.
But then nobody asked about.
Okay. You. Well, Tracia and then Yazz. You know what I'm saying? Yazz is our special guest, 2-time guest. She's on the PolyTalk, and you can catch it on the page.
She's our first member. She's our She's our first live.
I said she's on the PolyTalk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said she's on our PolyTalk.
I'll bust that cherry.
Well, yes, you can find it on the page, the PolyTalk, and the first one, that's definitely Yazz. Yes. We ain't got to do it through video no more.
I know, right? We in person.
Yeah, that was hard. Maybe we should just start calling members. Like, hey, you can come by on Saturday
at
8 so we can do it live because...
Come through.
No, we're going to do it at Panera.
No.
Well, I'm coming through.
Well, no, you can come through. Other people got to go to Panera. Let's do the comments. Miss Brianna Hopkins, it's some. Oh no, we said that. Sorry. Kenyatta says, not genuinely feeling fulfilled was initially how it started, but now I feel like I can be satisfied by multiple people who bring me different qualities.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. Then she says, right, you are poly. LOL. Yeah. Goldie wants to come. Where you going? You just popped up on live. Oh, she wants to come over.
Oh, yeah. That's what we just talked about. That's what we just talked about. All right, so let's jump right into the second question.
Okay.
Coming out as poly. Is that something? Do you have to come out as poly as if you came out with your sexuality? Did you come out with your sexuality?
I didn't. I didn't come out with my sexuality. I didn't come out as poly. I'm more so of a doer. And if I'm asked, then I'll ask questions. It's not like I wear it as a badge of honor. I'm a lesbian poly, and I'm proud. Like I wear my ethnicity. Like I'm black. You know what I mean?
Can't take it away from me.
Right. So it's kind of like a speak when spoken to type of thing. Coming out obviously would be if I'm engaging a woman. And are you single? Well, what kind of relationship are you looking for? Then in the essence that's coming out. But just to be like, I'm a poly lesbian. This is my life. Take me for who I am.
All right,
Period.
All right, Mary.
All right, Mary. Right. What's the 411?
I understand.
So no, I didn't come out.
Okay. Trey, did you come out like as poly? Is it similar to as your poly, like as displayable as your sexuality? Or like those one and the same to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm oddly the person that loves. What do you call it? Surprise factor. So like, oh yeah, I'm going to come to Christmas dinner with all of my women, and I want you to say we can leave. Like, so I don't know.
But are you having that discussion first, or you like just
No,
popping up and that's your way of
I'm just coming. I might say something along the lines, I would like you to meet my women.
Okay.
In essence of family, but if for some reason that didn't happen, and I just knew that Christmas was gonna be, this day. No, I'm coming. You either like it or you don't. The same way I felt about coming out as a lesbian. You either like it or you don't, because that was not a struggle in the essence of do I, don't I, but do I tell everybody? How do I tell everybody? You know what? I gotta let that go. You don't like me after I tell you I'm a lesbian. Guess what? You just have to go.
Yeah.
So in essence of being poly, they're hand in the same to me. I can't wear it on my sleeve, unfortunately. But it's not to be taken away. I am a black, polyamorous, lesbian, female in America.
Right.
That's it.
That's enough.
That's lit.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, but it's the truth. It's the truth. All right.
Right, you ain't gonna get it tatted right here. Poly lesbian.
Yeah, no. BFPA right here.
Right here. Poly lesbian.
I'm good. I think for me the answer differs just slightly because speaking as a stud, like my sexuality is always on display involuntarily. You understand? Like, so I don't have the option, like femmes have the option to turn it on and turn it off whenever they want to. And not turn it off like, oh, you're not a lesbian all of a sudden, but turn that display off, They don't have to display it. And I think that directly relates to poly because I feel like sometimes my sexuality screams at people and it calls for conversation that I don't want. I'm not ready to have. I'm not ready. Like, I didn't wake up thinking I was a lesbian. I wouldn't wake up thinking I was a freaking stud. And you want to have a conversation about it. And I feel like that's the same thing with poly sometimes. So I don't need to do a double whammy, But I say all that to say, I think my sexuality is not like displayed the same way my poly is. Because my sexuality screams regardless of where I'm at because I'm a stud. And I would have to verbally say I'm poly. But it's important to me that it is known as a part of my identity.
Okay.
I'm specific to the populations I display that to. Like at work, I'm not like screaming poly. But if you've seen two women come pick me up, I mean, ask me, I'll mind your business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
comments.
Yeah.
Ms. Adkins, I find that sometimes poly people use the fact that they're poly to entertain multiple women, but really don't want to date together, so it never works. And separate dating, I'm not ready for because women be on some bullshit.
Man.
Yes. Rachel, this is hey ladies. Mella says hey boo.
Hey.
Yes, and of course y'all. Oh yeah.
I wanted to address what I'm sorry, who said that? Who was that? Sharon Atkins. I find that sometimes people use poly to the fact that they're poly means to entertain multiple people. I think that's very true, and I think that is a-okay. So it's like I think some people like to entertain multiple people, and I think that is one of the very joys of being poly. You know what I'm saying?
What your entertain may be different from somebody else's. So like entertain for this person may be I'm gonna be poly because I like sleeping around with multiple women, and I could put that under the realm of poly to get away with it.
So I guess we got to define
Your
what is
entertain
Yeah.
may be I just like engage in conversation, getting to know, and if something happens, something happens.
Yeah, that's me. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but you know that woman that you're entertaining isn't thinking that this is marriage.
Oh yeah.
No matter what you may
Right,
say,
so
you know how I'm
you're
top five, but I didn't say that. I
Yeah.
didn't say it.
Yeah. Now that's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to address it.
What did you say?
No.
No. What did you say? Let's talk.
Right, you just brushed that off.
What is that?
Well, what had happened was
Hold on. Let's
No, because I didn't say nothing like that to you. Why do you think
Yo.
that way? No, okay,
Look.
okay.
Gonna read the comments.
moving right along.
Kenyatta, I don't feel like coming out per se is necessary. Who I'm sleeping with isn't just for everybody's business. I feel like it's on a need-to-know basis, but it's not hidden. I don't care who knows. That's kind of devil's advocate. That works.
Yeah.
Ms. Adkins, I had someone ask me, do I ever just feel replaceable since I am poly? Is the needing aspect of the relationship still there in poly?
Each partner provides something different. Everyone is not the same. I think if somebody probably do have the lack of not being needed, that's something they deal with within themselves. Because even if in a monogamous relationship you cannot feel needed, that doesn't mean your partner don't need you. That's just something you feel.
Yeah. You know what else is really important? Need versus want. And us as people, we generally have put a need over a want.
Oh, want, yeah.
And you should want to be wanted more than you're actually needed.
Right.
You know, so therefore, if someone needs you, why do you want to be someone's crutch?
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to be that dependent on someone else needing you? As opposed to if I want you and I genuinely want you here, it doesn't matter what I need because my wants are more desirable and favorable for me and you.
Yep.
You know? So, yeah.
Ms. Hopkins has a question, but then Ms. Atkins answered it, but I still want to dig into it. She said, can I add a question? I know y'all have a lot. Would you marry all of your women? Before you answer. Sharon says, you can only legally marry one. Something to think about. That is legally true. Tying your partners to say marriage, to say, can we have a wedding? Can we have a commitment ceremony? You can do anything that you want today.
Me personally, I wouldn't get married. The reason being, for me, everything that a marriage provides, I can do outside of that legal commitment.
Yes.
I can make you my beneficiary. We can get life insurance policies. If we have children, we can ensure all these children are financially taken care of. I think marriage would be if I wanted the wedding, or if I would have to get married to adopt legally faster, if my woman is terminally ill, something strenuous, I would be open to that. But I don't have to get married. Like, we can do rings, we can have a union ceremony, and we can do everything else. And the reason why I won't get married is because being poly subjects you in marriage to, if you don't have a secure partner, and you know I love y'all. I use y'all all the time as the ideal poster marriage in poly. If it ain't this, it will never work out. You know what I mean? Everybody's not confident enough within their marriage to allow their partners to be who they are. And I don't want to have to go through that. It's a lot easier to be like, well, we not married. Okay, we got 6 months in. It's all right. You can go find yourself. I may be here and I may not be. In a marriage, you can't do that.
Let's more of a tie together.
Yeah.
Would you marry all your partners?
Of course. But I feel like there's two different things. I feel like would I give all of my women a wedding? Yes. Especially in essence of them being femmes. Yeah, I can't take that from that woman. That's a childhood. It's something engraved in us. So would I give her a wedding if that's what she wants? Because there are femmes out there that don't want that. But yes. One would be my wife. One would be my power of attorney. One would be head of my estate. And that's how I would tie us all together somehow so that God forbid something did happen to me. Y'all are all still connected one way or another. You can't get your money in unless you talk to her.
Right.
I die. Don't be over here like, well, we not together no more. Don't do that.
Right. Or I want her off life support. Well, I want her on life support. Well, I marry her first.
Go ahead. She ain't giving you your money if you. That's gonna all be in the will. You gonna get your money if you go against another wife. So go ahead if you want to. I like it.
Now, what about you?
I don't know. I've been sitting here kind of trying to think about it, and I think that like being with Tracia and being like married to Tracia, it's like I feel like people already looking at it as a disadvantage when they coming into the situation. Because we've been together, first of all, we've been together for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I feel compelled to do something to try to give some type of equality. And I think a ceremony would be a good idea for each of the women that I'm dealing with. That doesn't legally tie us together as if a marriage paper was, but like y'all said, I know in New York, my aunt was banking off of, she had a domestic partner, you know what I'm saying? She had a wife, like she was really banking off of it. So I know there's definitely other legal ways to tie everybody to you. But I know at the end of the day, people in their moral code and how they was raised, they prioritize certain things. And I know a woman probably, most women, because I've dealt with it, there is women who feel opposite, but they come into these situations feeling like they're already defeated because they're coming to this unionship, you know what I'm saying?
If they only knew me, I really like comparison.
That's why I be understanding, like, y'all great.
It'd be like women that can't deal with like certain things. And especially I think we normally deal with people newer to the lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, which we probably gotta stop doing.
And it makes sense.
And we deal with issues.
But I mean, you can't really close yourself off to that either, right? Or you wouldn't want to close yourself off.
I don't want to close myself onto all new people, but the problem is, regardless if it's new people or experienced people, when people get with us, they view us as these experienced poly people. So if I'm saying something, it's all like, oh, you know it all. But I'm telling you, these are the healthy poly ways. And so we can't even have a conversation because you feel like I should meet you somewhere that in my mind isn't nowhere near poly.
And we like to talk and learn. Like if you only knew, like you can teach. You want to teach something about poly? Please try. I would love to hear it.
Yeah. I just told you what I was learning about the BDSM thing, and there's on the page teaching me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. What's up? Catch us up, baby.
Brianna Hopkins responded back to Sharon and said, "Just speaking general, I feel like marriage shouldn't just be defined by a piece of paper."
Yeah.
That's true. It's unfortunate not up to us, but that is true. Kenyatta says, definitely it's a lot of needy women out there who can't hold their own. I want to be wanted. Sharon Atkins says, it's like, oh, I'm poly, so if it doesn't work nonchalant. Wait, hold on. I gotta read this in my head first. Hold on. So I'm poly. So if it don't work, is there, for example, I don't care if you leave? Because I'm poly.
Heartless.
Yeah, no, just because I'm poly doesn't, and I got 3 other women.
Yeah, fine, go.
Bye. No. If that's the question, no.
You heartless.
Some people like that. Some people like that and really flow through like life like well.
Yeah.
I don't. I care about any. If I let you close to me, I care about
Right.
you. You know what I'm saying? I care about losing you. Now, don't get me wrong. My ego way too big. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, sorry to see you go, but gone. You know, but I definitely care. Like, I definitely care.
Definitely. Ms. Hopkins is right. It's just a piece of paper. Sharon says, and marriage is okay, and you can make anyone your beneficiary, and legal things can be in place to include all your partners. Then she said again, it's deeper than just a piece of paper. You have to make sure who you marrying is really able to be poly and married.
Yep.
You should do that, but unfortunately people don't do that.
Yeah, but how do you make sure someone is okay with being poly and married? Like, shouldn't you just make sure someone is okay with being poly and in a relationship? Like,
With you.
You know, because like we say like marriage is this whole big ceremony, this whole like graduation in a relationship, but what changes day to day and from actually who you are? If you've been with someone for 5 years and y'all got married in year 3, who were you guys in year 2 compared to year 4? And why is that person not equipped just as they was in year 2 in year 4?
Not to mention not going through things that they haven't gone through yet.
Right.
You guys want to try it, but now this quad situation pops up, and you said you was okay.
And now you want a
Maybe
divorce?
not.
Yeah.
A whole divorce, well, golly. At least let's see if
Right.
it or not.
Yep.
And marriage didn't change that person's, like, whether they was going to be successful in that or not.
Yeah, just a new experience came up, and now you got to deal with
They
it.
can do it. It's so hard, Sharon, and it's so hard doing a triad. Everybody has their thoughts on it, unfortunately. Ms. Hopkins, I don't feel like it's deeper. You can walk away from a marriage just like you can walk away from anything. Laws to me, again, is just controlling shit. My wife is my wife regardless of what the law states. I see trying to do shit legally, but
Marriage is hard to walk away from legally.
Yeah.
It's
Costs money.
complicated.
it doesn't because that has nothing to do with y'all.
Especially if you got somebody that's bitter. And if you're established,
Monkey.
you want everything.
Yeah.
And now you got to go back and forth. So I'm like, I don't even got time for it. We could just exchange rings, have a beautiful ceremony, and say I do that way.
That's why I think, like, in poly relationships, like, making sure you protect the family that you have here when bringing on a new partner, you got to be very careful.
Yep.
Because you don't know who you're bringing into your family. And it's not only about protecting yourself now because you're in a relationship with someone. It's about protecting you and your entire foundation.
Yeah. Definitely. Miss Selena, yes, I must agree with what King just said. Okay. Brianna Hopkins, that part. Okay. Yeah, I think it's more about committing. That is true though. Minus the marriage, minus the ring, minus the anything. If I'm committed to you, that conversation, that verbal agreement,
that's it.
is enough.
Yeah.
Sharon Atkins, but it's hard to walk away from marriage, and it is really to protect my mate from me so that my family can't just do what they want in case of my demise.
And there's other ways to protect it.
Attorney, that's where you get your health decisions and your healthcare proxies and all of that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
There are definitely ways to tie all of your partners to you and to your children.
We was just talking to somebody that was telling us about, like, adding additional names onto a birth certificate, like parental names. It's literally not like mom and dad no more. It's parent 1, parent 2, parent 3. You know,
so that everyone's legally responsible for that child.
Well, yeah,
all right, catch yourself so we get to the next question.
Brianna Hopkins says people make that shit complicated.
People complicate everything.
Bianca Love says, hey y'all.
Hey.
Bianca Blackman. Brianna Hopkins, all I want is what I came into this motherfucker with, to be honest. If I'm done, I'm done, but I feel you. Heartless. That sounds like Rent Money by Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Just bring me back what I came with. Look, now my rent money do messing with you. No. Go ahead.
Now she up there. Monkey.
You're so rude.
She wanted a debut. She
wanted so anybody gonna talk to me.
Right.
I'm like, she just jumped off it. Look at that.
She's like, I'm gonna get my time.
My 15 minutes of fame.
I think all mates deserve a day. Nicole says that Above, Kieta says you definitely have to have your documents in order, and it's very possible. Yeah, true as far as like legalities. Brianna says she's Virgo. I love Virgos, baby. Nikki say, Nicole say that I think all mates deserve a day, and I agree with that in totality. Like, hold on, before I say I agree with that, like schedules, figure out what's going on, how that person works, because it's easy to say things like that, and everybody's life is completely different. But I do think all partners at least deserve a day, you know, or two, you know. Oh, we got some Virgos in here tonight.
Oh yeah, Miss Nikki Baby's been a Virgo, I know.
All right, next question. I thought you had more comments. I'm sorry. So how do you respond to when your poly is on display, even if you've displayed it voluntarily or involuntarily? How do you respond to people asking you the common questions that normally involve myths? Like, oh, so you just in an open relationship? Oh, so you just have sex with any and everybody?
Okay.
Like, how do you digest those responses? People questioning you and automatically thinking poly means one thing because it's never the first thought as to what it actually is.
Right. Just the basic definitive term. Now, everybody may not define poly the same, even though poly means one thing, but we all have our own perceptions. And our perceptions becomes our own reality. But for me, I basically just explained that for me, poly allows me the ability to love freely. Mm-hmm. With the commitment on my partner and I, what we choose to make our commitment. So I can have 3 commitments with 3 different women and not deviate from these commitments. Mm-hmm. So that's, the discussions that I do have. Mm-hmm. People be like, oh, so basically you could just cheat and sleep with whoever you want to. And no, that goes outside of what I just told you. I just told you that I got a commitment with these 2 women. So no, it's not just open season on any woman I see.
Yeah, definitely. People think always it's something sex related.
Yes, and it's not. Most people get into genuine people choose poly, and sex not even on the forefront. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing as being a lesbian. All your straight friends be like, oh, like I like guys.
Yeah,
I didn't say anything about you.
Yeah, I like women, not all women.
Why is that the first thing out of your mouth? No. So
right, or it's a group of lesbians, so y'all all gotta be sleeping together.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all been, what movies y'all been watching.
Right, movies. They got that from movies that a man made.
Okay. Was at the event at the lounge. Some lady was like, "Is this like a lesbian event? What's going on? Why are all these lesbians here?" And I was thinking, like, how do you know we're all lesbians? And I was like, because of the amount of studs that's here. Yeah. That's why. It's the only reason she knows. But I knew she thought in her mind we were like a big ass orgy.
Group,
you know what I'm saying?
Banging.
Yeah, she got way too excited.
Because I seen your wife, girlfriend, whatever, over there. She was dancing on her, and then I think they're together. And then she was over here,
formulating her own story.
All 3 of them together.
Because she was in the club watching. Because she waited until I excused myself to the bathroom and she asked me, "Is this a lesbian event?" I was like, "Huh? Excuse me, lady, what?" But yeah, so maybe how about you? How do you deal with digesting people and their responses, their assumptions and myths?
Honestly, I answer. I'm oddly the answerer of questions. As much as it might be disrespectful, like, you got to come harder than that. Like, because I will just answer your question. And then we'll just sit there and have that conversation, whether you're uncomfortable or you're trying to, like, jab at me again.
Right.
Guess what? There's full answers to your questions. You can't dig at me for something that is my life. It's not like a facade. It's not a phase. Like, this is real life, and it comes with a lot of facets. So honestly, I guess I'm just going to be able to answer questions. However, I'm rude, so I'll just stare at you. If I don't want to answer the question. Right. I'm like, huh? So don't do that. If you're being too rude, like, I really just want to answer your question. Like, I'm not going to handle that type of disrespect. But I don't know. I love talking about my poly. So you can't, I don't know. I like to discuss it. It's really fun. That's why I love giving advice. I love the mentorship program. I love all my mentees. Like, it's great.
Yeah, I agree with you, baby. I think it all depends on how somebody's saying what they say. You know what I'm saying? I remember I told somebody I was poly in my family, and she was like, "Oh, so you got 2 bitches?"
And that's always what it is.
I'm like, calm down. Like,
Yeah,
Jesus.
but they got 2 bitches too.
Right.
Because I mean, and that's just like, you want to say that, that's not the truth.
Yeah.
It just continues to say, I got 2 bitches too. Wait, she got 2 bitches too? I'm one of them bitches.
I just feel like the way it was said, like, I don't like that. Don't say that. Don't say that about my women. Like, got 2 bitches now.
Only I can call them bitches.
See, it makes sense.
Don't disrespect my women. They mine.
I know she ain't just called my bitches bitches.
Right. Right. Yo, bitches, y'all hear that?
No, wait, not the word bitch, guys.
No, she called y'all bitches a bunch of bitches. I didn't understand it. But yeah. Big question that was on the page. Matter of fact, before we even get into the next question, baby, could you please catch us up with the... You already did at them.
I don't know why I said not the bitch word. So, Nisha, she says, hey, family.
Hey.
Brianna Hopkins says, simple-minded people think it's just sex, even though threesomes are lit. Are they, though? Because that's...
They lit with the right people.
They are.
Yeah,
They lit with the right
That's
people. Because it's easy to have a bad one.
Man.
So my next question was... Trish, you gonna answer this one first, yeah. Well, that's on the clock. What time is it?
It's on my clock.
Yeah.
9. Well, it's a little off. 9:05.
Sorry, let the clock go off, y'all. All right. So, when do you tell? Right, because we just talked about display and when you display your poly, but when do you tell the potential partner that you're scouting, that you're dating, or just someone that maybe along the lines of your interest, or maybe is interested in you? Like, when does the conversation of, oh, hey, look, I'm poly? What does that come about?
So, personally, I feel like I've had not like so many experiences where like, yeah, I'm not doing that no more, but definitely like coming from monogamous, people knowing that I'm lesbian. Oh, now you're single, you know, everybody hitting you up in your inbox. I don't care to talk to monogamous people. Now, will it ever happen? Should I just write them off like, oh no, I'm not talking to them? No, I don't do that. But I prefer to talk to poly people, so I'm not exactly sure when, because that is a struggle for me. Mm-hmm. Like, when do I be like, yeah, I have a wife, or just, you know, good morning, beautiful. Oh, good morning, baby. How are you? I'm fine. How'd you sleep? The wife tossed and turned all night. Like, I can't say that, so I'm supposed to just say, all right. Like, I don't like that. Like, the wife is a part of my vocabulary. So if I can't really talk about you almost from day one, I don't know, and that's the struggle. That's the struggle.
Yeah. How about you, Yazz? Like, when do you tell that partner or that person, like, hey, I'm poly?
For me, it's right in the beginning. I don't like wasting my time. I don't. So it's like, you know, when you engage in somebody and when it get past just the general conversation, because like I said, I'll have a conversation with anybody. But once I find an interest in you, I'll present that, like, you know, maybe let's hang out, something like that, and then we'll discuss what things are. It's not like I'm just throwing it on the table, the initial conversation. Oh, so hey, my name is Yazz, I'm poly. No, it's like, I'm not going to waste that amount of time, but it's definitely something that I present in the beginning.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm going to commit to you as monogamous, because that's not going to be there. And I'm not in a market of hurting people's feelings.
Yeah.
So I will rather, before she gets too involved or develop that routine, let me announce this sooner than later.
Makes sense.
Because then I'm not dealing with a monogamous woman.
Yeah, but would you deal with a monogamous person?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As long as they're accepting of me potentially having another partner somewhere down the line when I meet another partner, then yeah.
Okay, so that would be like a monopoly situation.
Right.
Monopoly,
Yeah.
aka what it's called.
Yeah.
When you're with a mono person and
Yeah.
where you're actively practicing poly. So yeah, what was the question? Oh, when to tell potential. Right out the gate, I don't like dealing with. I don't prefer to deal with monogamous people for numerous amount of reasons. I feel like I'm already dealing with that mindset, being open to dealing with newer folks into the lifestyle. So monogamous just makes that 10 times harder, and I ain't trying to change nobody's mind. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if your mind made up, that's great. But if you are interested, I have some knowledge to share with you.
How about let's be friends first? How people don't want to be friends first? I'm okay with being your friend for a couple months, couple weeks, couple years, and then we get into a relationship. If that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
That's why I said I love talking to people.
Yeah. You know what I see so common on
build
page?
that friendship first.
People go on a page and they get like, oh, looking for a girlfriend. Hit my inbox.
Yeah.
My inbox open. Like, ain't nobody gonna come up into your inbox and be your girlfriend.
Right, like, hi.
You know?
And
like,
then she do,
I wouldn't. Yeah, that's red flags.
Yeah, and especially having that expectation off the gate, like straight off attraction, you got the expectation of girlfriend because that's what you're looking for. That's what you want, and those expectations mess things up. Like simply just messes things up.
Yeah, you're not looking. You won't see what you should be seeing before it's too late.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think it's possible for you to be mono if you, like, had the option, had the choice, if you wanted to, if somebody asked you to?
Not now. I've become comfortable with being poly.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for so long that I don't know anything else right now. I have entertained the thought of being monogamous in my last relationship, which is why I'm single now. Was all my needs fulfilled with one person? Absolutely. Did I desire to be with anyone else? No. But then it came a time, like I said, I want to always be able to take advantage of meeting someone that I click with because I don't get that often. And when that opportunity presented itself, I wanted to be able to explore it, and she had a problem with it. So do I choose somebody, or do I choose what benefits me and my happiness? I'm going to always choose me.
And even if by not choosing that person, you're still doing them a favor.
Yeah.
Because the lack of yourself is not going to allow you to fully be yourself to that person.
Nope.
What about you, baby?
Nope.
I'm just going to say it.
Just flat out. Like, nah.
No. I think the best decision in my life was to become, one of many best decisions in my life was to become polyamorous.
Yeah.
I'm not going back.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like to me that's like saying, oh, could you like not be a lesbian for me?
Yeah. No.
What? No.
No.
Same thing.
I'm not going back to
No. I'm not going to men. Right. It's not going to happen.
So, yeah. Another question that was highly asked in the group before we get there, baby. You want to help us up with the comments?
Yeah. Sierra and Rayshonda ain't shit. Belladia, Mrs. Lady Crawford Love. Wade Dallas. Terry Wade. Ms. Hopkins says, that's how I would say it. My name Bree and I'm Polly. This is it.
Are you a femme because is your name Bree, you're poly, and you're lesbian? Or is that, I guess, are you assuming that's already known? Is that also tied into the same identity?
Because just because you're poly, now I still have a chance as a man or however.
Yeah.
Me and all my, whatever, have a chance. Rashonda says, I try to have that conversation head on because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I no longer choose to date monogamous people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the hurt feelings thing. Like, how far are we before I said it? Come on.
Yeah. Seen that post that shit. It was like, if you monogamous, say the fuck out my inbox.
Bye-bye. Rayshonda said, my last relationship was with a monogamous woman, and I found myself always apologizing for things I wasn't doing. But it was in her head. She wouldn't allow me to be in general.
Yeah. Because she had that in the back of her mind,
Yeah.
you poly, you this way. You know?
That's not what I'm even doing. I'm just chilling. You over there thinking I'm doing something. I don't know what Ms. Hopkins talking about, but she said, hell no.
Hell no.
Oh, she said, I'm a gay ass woman loving aggressive femme.
Hey, that's Polly.
That's Polly.
And my name is Bree, and
Internet.
I'm fucking Polly.
Okay. Common question, and I feel like this question is a bunch of questions in one. How do you join a couple? Like, that literal question has just been posted to the group multiple times. How do you join a couple?
I don't do couples because they don't know how to divide their time.
Here we go.
I need mines.
I'm out. So,
Okay, so I've never dated a couple,
Okay.
so I can't answer it. I never been interested in a couple. It's not that I'm opposed to it.
Mm-hmm.
It just never been presented.
Okay.
I do struggle with when I am talking to one partner in a couple, and we may have engaged in each other for a certain amount of time, and it's just general engagement. I feel compelled to reach out to the other partner because now we've developed a routine of talking daily. Do your partner know we're talking? After you talk to somebody for a certain length of time, it does become your routine, regardless to if it's something intimate or not. So let me engage your partner now. And it's always a challenge with that.
yeah.
And that's within the partners. That's their thing.
And these are actually poly people who are still making it seem challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't deal with it. So it's not that I'm opposed to dating a couple. I just haven't been presented what I see as the right opportunity
Yeah. That's understandable.
to get involved with a couple. I'll say it that way.
Okay. Trey. I mean, we're going to ask the expert in the room.
Is that what it is? Let's go. I've been ready for this answer.
Let's hear it.
Don't take anything she says into consideration. Don't. Trey, how do you join a couple? You expert, you.
A couple.
Yeah, how do you join a couple?
Let's figure that out. A couple is what?
Two people
Two human beings.
together in a relationship.
Are they some type of different unisex cyclops human being because they're a couple?
I don't think so. I think they're pretty normal human.
So how would I join a couple? Same way I would join any relationship. They are human beings. Now, granted, it might be a little wonky, a little weird because it's two people, but I'm going to get a connection with this person, I'm going to get a connection with that person. Now, how that couple's foundation is and how I'm able to do that. Like, if I can hit you and your wife up without, like, I don't know, telling this wife or asking that wife, then that's how I got in.
Yeah.
Like, saying it's a couple or saying we're poly, saying a triad, like, you're making it more complicated. We're humans. Like, we love hard. Like, we fall fast. That's it. Anything else is putting something on.
It's putting no restrictions.
Yeah, making
Limitations.
couples like they're some type of pariah or something. We're human beings. I'm singly a woman. And I want to date the same way she wants to date. Just hit us up. I don't know. We don't bite. Well, wait, what's the statement? Unless you ask me to. Like, come on.
Unless you get into that type of
Right, you
stuff.
gotta get there.
Yeah. I think generally, on the scope of a real, like, large answer, I very much agree with you. I think approach us regularly. Like, it's not that hard. It's like, a lot of singles make it seem like they would never holler at a couple, and the only way for them to actually deal with a couple is for that couple to holler at them.
Yeah.
But I don't even know that single's interested half the time. I probably didn't even notice you know what I'm saying, or knew you had any interest to come at you that way, and they are afraid to express that interest, which stops connections. I think, but generally, how to join a couple, right? 101. I think it works different in every dynamic. So example, me and Tracia, you do not have to hit us up in a group chat. You can hit me up. You can hit Tracia up individually. I'm not mad if you wanted to hit me up and start talking to me and we start talking. And then you let me know your interest. I'm not mad if you do the same exact thing to Tracia and you let her know you're interested. And like, example, like a femme, we're likely to deal with a femme. So a femme might feel more comfortable with Tracia. Just hitting her up, talking to her, have regular girly talk. and then let her know she has an interest in me. That's fine with me. I think the most important thing is, depending on where you like getting this couple from, where you scouting at. Like, say if it's on a page, for example, you would know if that person's inbox is open, likely. You would know, like, if you've been following them, and we ask these questions. Like, on the last live, somebody commented, was like, address the fuck out of me if you want to address my woman. So you would know, like, if you've been following this couple on how they may like to be approached. So I just think it's about reading and being honest and forward with your intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have some comments.
Yeah.
Ms. Hopkins, couples are kind of hard. I usually click more with the stud, and the femme gets upset because we're so close. I love femmes, but for me, being in a relationship with them is hard. Okay, but that doesn't mean the couple is hard. That means your thing with femmes is hard.
Mm-hmm. And that also means that couple was hard.
Yeah.
You know, you are going to run into more flawed people than not.
Yeah.
I think people fail to realize that. Like, people be like, oh, I'm done with couples because I ran into 5. 5 out of how many couples in the world? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure you ran into 5, like, ridiculous singles as well, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, out of your whole life, all the relationships you ever had, if they've never worked and you're single today, I'm sure you've probably dated more singles than couples. And that hasn't worked, but you haven't given up on them.
Right.
You know, I had made a comment in the group earlier, like, I'm tired of humans. But I see you giving humans chances, you know?
That's why you gotta run through the numbers.
Yeah.
I feel like as a
Talk
true,
to people.
100%. I feel like as a true lesbian, I can't say that I'm a lesbian unless I say I hate women.
Right. Can't stand women. Can't stand women. The fuck.
I said that right. I don't know how I'm a lesbian.
Right. Like,
Women.
tired of every gender.
It's not working. Rashonda agrees with me. Rihanna says, I mean, shit, that's how I met my wife. She was in a relationship and I didn't want the femme. Long story. And now, because of that, everybody wants to hear this story time. We need to hear this story.
That?
Brianna Hopkins said it.
Oh,
so
you trying
next
to get invited?
Saturday, you
I
want
was about to say you trying to get invited to the live right now. See if we get invited to the camera.
Rashonda says, I actually enjoyed the couple I am conversing with and getting to know. It's different for different people.
Yeah, very true.
Lydia says, yeah, all couples are definitely different. Just like they're humans. Couples are not, we did not come out the womb together. We're not a one.
But you know what's crazy? I keep hearing this, and as much as toxic couples and inexperienced couples and newcomers to the lifestyle are the problem, so are couples like us. So are couples like us. People struggle when they walk into healthy relationships.
Yeah, of course.
I can give like my like a 95% great image to a woman as a whole household and foundation, and she will still struggle as feeling here because she's coming into something that's here. You know, so I think regardless, it's not just a couple thing. Because these couples I like the femme or I like the stud more. I think both parties be inexperienced, and there's also problems when we're talking about the singles coming into strong foundations and not knowing how to handle that.
Well, that's why, you know, a rule of thumb in dating and getting to know somebody is ask them about their childhood. How did you grow up? Did you have your mother and father? Did you grow up in a stable household? Were your parents supportive? Because all of that encompasses what you're going to provide to me in this relationship.
I think everybody is different in how they digest their upbringing too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you could have had somebody who may have a neglectful upbringing, and then they strive for better. So they do everything in their power not to carry that on.
Yeah. And you should be able to tell by the personality that you're studying when you're dating that person.
Yeah.
So if you're asking questions about their childhood and they be reflective to who the person is presented in front of you right now, you should be able to see how those things are corresponding with each other.
Yeah, same thing while asking about mental health.
Yeah.
What makes you tick? What are you battling? Yeah. Is that something I can deal with?
Yeah. Somebody on the page.
Do I want to deal with that?
Right, or do I even want to deal with it? Yeah.
Somebody on the page said something, and I was like, I ain't never think to ask nobody I've ever dealt with that. And that's sad.
What was it?
Criminal history. Yeah, what's your criminal history? I ain't never asked a woman that ever. And I was like, dang, I said, is that important to ask? Because I mean, certain things you charge for go against my moral code. You know what I'm saying? So
Like
is it something that I feel entitled to know? Or maybe I should just be like, you got anything over a misdemeanor? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got any felonies on your charge? Like, But I think like a bunch of questions like that to get to know people and their intent and who they can be to you is important.
You got comments? I'm doing so much. First of all, no one pay attention to my face when anyone else is talking because y'all killing me. That is what my face. I'm talking to you. Because French was like, Tracy's funny. She's like, hell no. I don't know what you was saying. Sierra over here personally texting me. Everything's going on at once. In essence, we do have one comment. Oh no, wait, Brianna's ready to come in.
Like
She's like,
put me in
okay,
ready.
Tracy, don't yell at me. I wasn't yelling, baby.
See if you can hit the request button. Oh snap! What I hit?
Oh yeah, down there next to the.
Well, I guess
This
my
one.
head up.
Where is she?
I'm just gonna see if it works for her. I
Let me
should
call.
work mad random one day. I should go make this one because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, get a little intermission going.
Wait,
Nah, it's
also,
not letting me.
Miss Shara Conquest says we are learning how to navigate distance and time. It is very difficult not to be neglectful.
Why did it zoom like that?
Long distance is
That's
a whole
tough one.
You see how it zoomed in on you, Tracy? Hold on, this thing is bugging.
It's not zooming. It's because you
gotta
tilted
turn.
it.
I ain't turned nothing.
Oh.
I never turned it.
You didn't do your landscape, the little portrait.
I did. Man, we about to go live again.
Whole iPhone.
I don't
No,
know.
Brianna, request to jump in and re-landscape your phone.
I did not do anything to it. Is what you're not understanding.
They're loving and endearing.
You reading the comment or you talking shit?
She talking now.
Man, we gonna have to redo the live.
Or
I don't
turn
know.
it. Turn your phone. So turn it back up,
All right, boom.
and I'll turn it back.
Nah, because why that's like
But
that?
look, it's rotating. This is
Did
dumb.
you put the lock rotation on?
Nah, I didn't. I took
Look
it
at
off.
the look at the laptop.
Live again.